my grandma and my grandpa both grew up, and every year on December 1st, the Christmas tree would go up. They would have a real Christmas tree. They would decorate it that day, and they carried that on for us kids.
On the 24th is we always get together, do cookies, a Christmas movie. They're allowed to open one mom gift, and then the rest they have to wait till the 25th.
And that's on?
That's Christmas Eve.
That's Christmas Eve?
Yes.
What are
The one thing I remember that was special that I started with my kiddos when we had Lacey was making homemade ornaments every year for Christmas. And my stepmom still has every single ornament that she did with us when we were babies. And I did the same thing with
Tamales and like the homemade atole for Christmas on my husband's side. On my side, my mom always did your traditional kind of Thanksgiving. We would do turkey, we would do ham, plus everything we did at Thanksgiving.
I think for us, when I was growing up, the one tradition I remember was we were always at one house. Every year they pick a house to have the holiday, Thanksgiving. And after the Thanksgiving meal, then we would put up the Christmas tree at that house, everybody, the cousins, the aunts, the uncles. And then the next day we would pick a different house and we'd go help them set up their Thanksgiving, their Christmas tree and all of that. So everybody's house had their Christmas decorations and stuff up. And then the men would get together and then they'd go around from each house and put up the outside lights and stuff like that. We didn't have a real Christmas tree. I remember the first Christmas tree we had was one of these aluminum ones. We had these things where we could stick them in the pipe. And to me, that was, whoa, that's Christmas. You know, it was shiny, it was, you know, I didn't really care. And it wasn't until I had my daughter that we had our first real Christmas tree. And yeah, I grew up in Texas too, and we didn't have snow. Did you all grow up with snow?
Yes, I remember, oh goodness, always having snow. It just seemed like it snowed no matter what time of year. 2 weeks before Christmas, we were still in school. We got a huge blizzard and they canceled school, and our school bus, where I grew up, my old house, my grandparents' house, they had a circle drive. When I was out in the country, and the school bus came up to the gate, and us kids were fixing to get on, and our bus driver said, "You guys go back in that house, we're canceling school." And I was like, yes, no school, you know, I can play out in the snow. My brothers and I and our neighbor friends and everybody came over, and we just built forts, we had snowball fights, we did snow angels, I mean, you name it, we did it. And every year we had snow, and it felt like Christmas when it snowed to me.
Growing up, we did a lot of traveling to my grandparents' house, but now that, like you said, you start your own family, so you have your own traditions. So we always do Christmas at our house. Like, we go together with my in-laws and we spend the afternoon together, but like Christmas Eve is done at our own house.
How many of you guys get up really early and you wake up your parents?
My mom and dad's bed.
You guys all get to, most of you get up early.
Yes, I do.
How many of you try to stay up late? You guys all try to stay up late and they make you go to bed?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many of you leave cookies for Santa?
I didn't make her.
You do Oreos? Do you leave cookies still? Do you get up early, or are you one of those that wants to sleep late?
I get up early, but I always want to sleep late, but I get up early. One time I got up early and my dad was awake before me.
How many of you guys get up early, you open your gifts, and then you go back to bed? Or how many of you get up, open your gifts, and then play with everything?
What?
Why do they have those traditions? Why do you have those traditions?
It's just something that my mom and my grandma showed me, and it's probably what their grandparents and parents showed them. It's just kind of something passed down to you.